Okay. Now we are on to what I like. Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for American Horror Stories. This is season 1, episode 5. This episode was called Ball, and it's B-A, accent over the A-A-L. And listen, this had a whole Rosemary's Baby feel to it. This was classic good versus evil. A lot of evil. Evil. So it was right up my alley. I was here for it. And listen, I'm so here for this episode that I actually tried to do this before. I got all the way to the end of the video. I was in the car. I was actually doing it in my car, and my phone overheated. I was live. I did it live, and my phone overheated, and I said, you know what? I'm not going to even bother. I'm not going to bother. I'm going to come on and do what it is that I do best. I'm going to go and I'm going to sit down and I'm going to actually do it because I was actually trying to do it off memory. Listen, I'm no young spring chicken and I probably missed some spots. But listen, we're going to go ahead. We're going to get down. We're going to get it all done. I got my notes and all. We're going to get it done. So listen to this. Like I said, it's called Ball. We open up, we are at a fertility clinic. And we have Liv and we have Matt. They're this really great looking couple, young couple. We're going to start right off by letting you know, Liv has coins. Baby, she's coined up. She got her money through inheritance, okay? Matt is basically, he's a retired police officer / actor, okay? So like I said, Liz is coined up. The old overheating phone making noise. Liz is coined up. So Liz is able to retire her husband early. And now he is pursuing his dream of being an actor. So, and let me say right now, spoiler alert. You know I'm going to tell you what all went down. Okay, so we open up at the fertility clinic, and the whole thing opens up where they've tried IVF 5 different times and it's been a fail. They've let her know, you know, if you go further, the chances of it actually happening are less and the price goes up. She said, you know, money is no object. So that's how we knew that she's coined, honey. It was no big deal. But they said, you know, the doctor was telling her it's best to, at this point, just start looking at some other options and maybe adoption or some things like that. She says, no, I really want to be a mother. I really want to give birth to my own child. I want to feel my child grow inside of me. Yeah, we understand. We definitely understand. So that was that. Now, they're getting ready to leave the clinic. And so Matt says, let me go and get the car. So that leaves Liv by herself. And there's a really cute girl at the working the front desk. And she talks to Liv. She says, you know, I've been here for several years watching you go through this. I'm so sorry about things not working out. And she's like, well, we're just going to make another appointment, this, that, and the other. She's like, I'm really sorry. She says, listen, she says, and I may be out of order. You could tell me that I'm wrong and I'm out of order, but I want to show you something. She says, what is it? So she basically gives her this statue. Now, I say right away, girl, you ain't never seen Trilogies of Terror, child. Little statues, especially little ugly statues, don't take them home, honey. Don't ever take a little ugly statue home, honey, and then you don't know nothing about it. Listen, solve your problem. If it's not Urte, don't take it home, girl. So that was that. She gave her this little ugly statue. And the features is like, you know, like missing. It's the face is kind of blank. It's got kind of like holes in it. And the whole time I kept wanting to call it Babadook. But it's not the Babadook. But anyway, just a little ugly little statue, little dusty little statue. So She's like, it's been in my family for years. You know, it's a fertility situation. It's like a fertility gland. You put this underneath your bed, have sex, you'll get pregnant. I promise you it works. She said, but see, it's being wasted on me because I don't want children. So I'm not using it. But I want to give it to you, and then you know, you can go ahead and it'll work for you. She's like, okay, whatever. She takes it, put it in her purse. She goes on home. And that's that. That's that. 16 months later, life is good. We got Matt, we got Liv. They had some amazing sex that night too. We have Matt, we have Liv. 16 months later, and there's a baby. Little boy. Cute little boy. So they got the little boy, but the baby's not connecting with Liv. So it's throwing her into a fit of what seems to be postpartum depression, okay? So things are getting dark for her. She's in bed the one night, and she has a baby monitor. And her baby monitor is video as well as sound. A lot of static in it. It was kind of weird. Now, for me, that would have drove me crazy. First of all, I'm looking, and I'm like, I don't get this whole baby in another room with the daggone door shut. But then again, now we're looking at 9 months to carry, because 16 months, so 9 months to carry. So we'll take 10 of the months away. He's like 6 months. He's already past this point. Like, I remember like it was yesterday, this whole having the baby and the baby waking up every 2 hours. Listen, child, a mess. It's hard. It's very, very hard doing that whole thing. I did it as a single person, so I could just imagine. But, you know, the way they're portraying it, her husband is always gone anyway. He's gone at night, sometimes, you know, doing little jobs and stuff, trying to move this acting career on. So she's kind of like maneuvering by herself. So it's sort of like what my situation was. My baby was up every 2 hours like clockwork. And you do, at some point throughout those first few months, you feel like you are walking on air. You really do, because you're just not sleeping, and it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. So I sympathize with any woman who is actually going through postpartum, because again, like I said, I did it with a brand new baby, 12 hours old. I did it, and I didn't have the whole situation of, you know, when it's a woman, your body has it regulated. My body was fine. My body was doing what it was supposed to do. All I had was the baby. I just had to maneuver to the baby. Trying to do what you need to do. She's a brand new mother. You know, you don't really know what you're doing. She is a housekeeper, you know, that's there in the daytime. But at night, she's just on her own. So I get it. I really do get it. And I really do sympathize with mothers that go through those things. It's hard. It's a lot. It is a lot. Newborn babies, God bless them. They're so cute. And they're so adorable, and it's, you know, nothing that you would ever take back or change. But, child, listen. Bottles and formula, it's a wonderful time. It really is, but it's a lot. It's a lot. Anyway, so this one particular night, she is getting this static and everything, and she thought that when she looked in there, she saw like some type of a dark force standing over the baby. She runs into the room, nothing's there. She has her monitor in her hand now. So the monitor is still reading the camera. So naturally, if she looks at the monitor, she can see herself. She happens to look up at the monitor, and she sees the dark force damn standing right next to her. I said, girl, no ma'am. So it was a whole mess. After that, she ends up going to this counselor. Now, I'm looking at her like, I'd have been doing some things, but a counselor, that was the furthest thing from my mind. If you ain't moving, there's definitely some type of ritual that should have already been done when you moved in. We're going to do something, but I'm not standing side by side with a dark, and it was definitely a dark force. He had horns, and he had a whole lot going on. I said, oh, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. One of us got to go. One of us is only paying mortgage. You in here creeping around, Karen. We're going to have some real bad conversations, and one of us got to go. So anyway, She goes to a counselor. The counselor is talking to her, and it really is a lot about postpartum and things like that. So in this time, she ends up taking the statue. She forgot all about that. She had that statue under her bed, completely forgot about it. Took the statue and put it into a shoebox and put it up in a cupboard. Okay. Here it is. After she had gone to the counselor and all that, things seem to have settled down a little bit. And then this one particular night, because she has told her, I'm going through whatever I'm going through, and I understand it. It's cool. It's no problem, and all this kind of thing. And she told her, but I'm not going to get on any medication or anything like that. She gave her some holistic methods, like some type of bath washes for the baby and all of that to soothe him. And she said, because the stress that you're having could actually be stressing the baby out too, because they do pick up on your stress. Y'all are attached. So she things were going great. And then there was a little situation with this dark force again. This time, like I said, she put the little statue into the box. Ends up, the next time they have a little situation, she looks up, the statue is in the bed with the baby, but the statue has changed. Now the statue looks like that dark force. It has the wings and the horns and all this other stuff going on. And she looks at it. So the next day, when Norma comes in, Norma's down there working. She approaches Norma, okay? And baby Norma is she's a Hispanic woman. Baby Norma got the, ooh, girl, no ma'am, honey. And she got taken off her, but she can't work here anymore. Honey, she's, no conference. She backed out of the door, baby, giving her this, honey. Bitch, She said, why would you have that? Why would you have that? Oh, no, I can't work here anymore, honey. Girl, she's throwing the cross at her, honey. I said, girl, you need to go out the door right behind Norma. Because follow Norma. But anyway, girl, she goes on. Everything's cool. Norma quits. Ain't having it. Then there's a little situation. She's sitting there and she's hearing this noise from the basement. She ends up going down the basement. There are these claw marks all over the wall. Like deep claw marks all over the wall down the basement. Now she goes and she talks to Matt. She's talking to him. He asks her, well, where did you even get the figurine from? And she says, it looks different, but I got it from one of these little new age stores. Lying, ain't telling the whole story. So then that's that. So now time is going on. She's really sleep deprived at this point because now she done went to researching and Googling and all of this, trying to find this figurine and what this figure is and all that, decoding it. Then there's the sounds that she's hearing over the baby monitor, and she speeds it up and she's like, I want you to listen to this, Matt. And as she sped up, you could hear it faintly saying, I want him. She's talking about our baby. She's talking about Aaron. She's talking about our baby. Whoever it is, talking about baby. So she's like having a fit. So Matt basically thinks she's losing it. He thinks she's losing it. And she's sitting there on the couch and she looking real wild, child. Because again, that's sleep deprivation. She looking real wild, child. And she can't stop listening and trying to decode the message and all this stuff. Matt done brought the doctor into the house without telling her. And the doctor's talking to her. She's like, no, baby. She's like, you're really having delusions. This, that, thing, and the other. And she says, she tells her, please just listen to it. Just listen to it. Matt told her he couldn't hear what she was hearing. The counselor told her she didn't hear what she said. She said, I could clearly hear what's not there, honey. So she prescribes her with Zoloft. Now, a little time goes by. Things seem to be going really, really well. They're having this dinner party with some friends. And there's like 3 couples. And they're all, they're friends of Matt's. They went to college with him and everything. They're having this whole little dinner party, having a great time, drinking some wine and everything. And for some reason, they decide that it's a good idea to start playing with a Ouija board. Listen, ain't nobody playing with no Ouija boards, child. Nobody got no time for that foolishness. So as they're playing with the Ouija board, the Ouija board ends up working. And they're like, we do this all the time and it never works. You all are so silly. Well, this time it works, and it's spelled out, he's mine, honey. And she snapped out right there in front of the company. And she's like, saying he's mine. No, it's not. He's my baby. It's talking about Aaron. It's my baby. She's going off. Going off. She runs upstairs. Matt runs upstairs behind her. The friends are looking like, what kind of whack job is this, honey? She goes up there and he says, you embarrassed me tonight. These are my friends from college. They're thinking you're all goddamn crazy. You got to get your shit together, or we're not going to work out. This is not going to work out. She told him, fuck you. I said, good job. Good job. So Matt leaves out the room, angry with her. He's mad. And shortly after that, she ends up seeing very clear, honey, the demon's whole aura right there outside the baby's window, child. I said, Lord have mercy. So that was a whole mess. So the next thing we see old Livy, honey. Livy, now she dressed up real crazy, looking like McGruff the crime dog, honey. She done slid down with her little trench coat, done went down into the parking lot and ambushes old girl from the fertility office and tells her, let me tell you something. You got this started, now you're going to tell me how to get rid of it. So she ends up taking her to her house and everything. Finds out she's a witch. You know, she practices some witchcraft. You know, not real deep. She knows a little bit, but not a whole lot. But she gives her this book of spells, and also this golden dagger, and tells her, go home, follow the ritual. She tells her, listen, I could do it tonight because my husband's going to be working late. She goes there. She's performing the ritual. She got she all dressed up, baby, like she one of the charmed ones. Got candles lit and all this. She following everything to the T. She cuts her hand with the dagger, pours it over top of the damn figurine and all that, and she starts conjuring. So there's like smoke rising and all this kind of carrying on, honey, and she's going through the thing. Baby, and then you hear, like she hears behind her. She stands up, she hears behind her, I want him. I want him. He is mine. She's here. She turns around, honey, and chook, honey. It was Matt. Matt had done came out. I said, girl, but listen, I'm here for it. I like Liv. Liv was down for the cause. Listen, none of it was a situation. You're not getting my baby. This is my house. Damn what you talking about. She performed that ritual, baby, with her beautiful caftan on, honey, and got up, turned around. I said, girl, look at her, honey. She was down for the cause. I'm here for it. She ain't play victim. She's my kind of girl, honey. She juked the shit out of him. But anyway, 2 weeks later, baby, they got her locked up, honey. They got her locked up in Sing Sing. I said, oh, poor baby. So they got her locked up, and it's voluntary. She said, no, I'm not coming home until I know I got everything together. I heard shoot. You know, she was so upset about hurting him. She says, it could have been Aaron that I hurt. I got to get my stuff together. You take care of Aaron. I'm going to get me together. So she's kind of bought into that she's tripping. Okay? So that was that. So right after, and Matt was actually there visiting her. When Matt leaves, he goes out and he goes to get in the car, but he gets into the passenger side. And on the driver's side, stinking bitch, it's the girl from the fertility clinic saying, yes, honey, we'll finish driving her crazy and then we could be happy, honey. And then she gives him some head in the car. And he leads on how he wasn't in love with her, and he wants to get rid of her and everything like that. So he working Jack with old girl from the fertility clinic. I said, this is a mess. So later on that night, they're having a dinner party at the house, and they're going over the whole thing. They're laughing and kee-heeing. All of them are actors. All of them. They are his friends, but they're all actors, and here they are running around, running cons on people and trying to get money. And this was the jackpot. He married her. He said, as soon as I can finish, you know, getting everything into my name, she'll be locked up. That's it. We can all separate things out. We'll be paid. Once I get the house, we'll be paid. We'll never have to work again. This, that, thing, and the other, on and on and on. So everything's going on, blah, blah, blah. So then there's the baby starts crying. He's like, shit, I got this going on now. I didn't even really want this baby. He's like, I had to take semen blockers and everything else to make himself not be able to produce a baby, to work the plan. Like, this was a well thought out plan, well-oiled machine. They talked about how they used dry ice to create the fog and everything like that. They had, I mean, they're actors. They had it all down. Dirty, rotten scoundrels, okay? So Matt goes upstairs to change the baby. While he's upstairs changing the baby, they're down there drinking. The three couples are down there drinking and everything. And the lights start flickering and carrying on. Next thing you know, honey, there's some smoke and everything. They look at the girl who was running the smoke. She says, no. I took the dry ice machine back to the store earlier today. This something's weird going on. They're like, who's pranking? Who's doing this, that, and the other? Honey, and the next thing you know, baby, really quickly, doom, one by one, baby, all of them got, and you know it's a real dark forest, honey. All of them got taken out on that first floor. Tore their asses down. Every last one. And I mean, when I say tore them down, tore their asses down. There were spines ripped out, vertebrae broken, heads and necks slit, shit pop. When I say tore their asses down. You understand me? Baby, they were all stretched out. All stretched out. Then the demon goes upstairs, baby, and appears to Matt and is like, no, it's not a joke. It's all very real. He ends up going down, seeing all of them. The demon killed everybody except for Matt. Didn't kill Matt. Didn't kill the baby. Afterwards, we see Matt, baby, shackles, honey. Shackles on my feet. He was locked down, baby. The demon that set him up, baby, he went to jail for all of the murders. So then we look up, and here we see Liv coming, baby. Liv is clean as the Board of Health. She look good. Girlfriend has been sleeping. Got her wide brim hat on. She's clean. Hair looking lovely. Came in there, told him, you a dirty, rotten dog. This, that, thing, that. He begging her, telling her, no, I need your help. Honestly, I promise you, I'm not crazy. I seen it, but I need you. You're the one with the money. I need a lawyer, a good lawyer, you know, to plead my insanity case. This, that, thing, and other. She's like, I would die with a public defender. She was like, you want my help? After how you tried to set, oh, you want my help? No, baby, that's not getting ready to happen. Not at all. So she leave him there. He crying, carrying on. She going about her business. Then we see her. She's at home, honey. Life is all cool. And everything like that. Then Liv gets to talking about how she knew, she's telling us basically how she knew everything that they did. She knew everything they did, and that she had the tenacity, that she didn't think she was crazy. She didn't think she was crazy. You know, it was messed up that things happened, but she did not think she was crazy, and that's why she went and worked the spell again while she was in jail. And she said the stupid ass girl, the broad from the fertility clinic, she really wasn't a witch. She's an actress. She didn't know what she was really doing. She really did give her a conjuring spell, which actually, it was a conjuring and a control spell. She did the spell again. Honey, here she didn't conjure the demon. She has control of the demon. The demon was very much real. And we see him again. She conjures him up. He comes up, and he's saying, release me. Release me. And she's like, So she literally has him bound and has control of him. So he does whatever she tells him to do, honey. And now she's a fierce, wicked, honey. And she got it going on. And she told him, I'll release you, but you got to give me another baby first, honey. And she went on over there, baby, and laid down and spread it and busted on open for him, honey. And that's the last we see. I said, oh, baby, the twist on this was everything. Everything. He was a dirty, rotten dog. But, baby, in the end, Miss Liv worked it out, baby. See? See? When you dig a hole for someone else, dig multiples. See y'all on the next episode.